Welcome back, YouTubers and supporters. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe for crazy cars and tech content. And if you want to get in contact with me, my information is down below, Snapchat and Instagram. And this video is also sponsored by ECS Tuning, which you can find pretty cool aftermarket parts for your Audi, your BMW, your Volkswagen, Mini Cooper. So click those links down in the description below, and you could probably save yourself money on shipping. And let's just get started with this car. The car has a failed turbo. The turbo is okay, but this is the issue with the turbo. Two of the bolts snapped off. The other one is lost. So the turbo is literally being held in place by the broken bolts and the hoses and all that other stuff and the downpipe. So it was causing my car to run really lean or really rich sometimes, and it would cause the car to stall out every time I put it into first gear. Thankfully, it's a manual car stick, so it was a lot easier to keep the revs high so the car doesn't stall out, because if this is automatic, I would have to tow the car. But this was not that hard to take off. Luckily, the manifold is like this and not like in the other car. This is pretty simple to remove. But now let's go to the junkyard and get ourselves a stock KO3 turbo, because I don't feel like buying a KO4 turbo. I'm trying to get money to rebuild this car. And you see how this manifold's so different? Forgot to give you an update on this car. The turbo on this is cracked. Where is it? Well, the manifold on the turbo manifold's cracked. See that little chip in there? That's cracked. And I also, where's my wastegate? Because it's broken. Where's the wastegate? Here it is. The internal wastegate has a crack in it. Like, I didn't know it was broken. I did not know that. That's also the reason why this car was not boosting. But anyways, let's go to the junkyard. Okay, so right here, this is new. I haven't seen this before. It's a 2002 Audi A4 Quattro. Right here, this is the perfect junkyard car that I need to pull the parts from. I didn't see this before. It's brand new. Thankfully, the exhaust system is disconnected and the bolts are pretty much disconnected. The thing is, now I just need to get that last bolt because this car's already pretty much done for. Hopefully the turbo is good. I gotta look at the turbine and see if that's good. But let's just start disconnecting all these hoses. And I saw a couple Audis. This is a B7. And there's a couple more around the area, which I could just pull the bolts off. And that's pretty much that simple. So let's get straight to it. Alright, it's 4:30. We've been here for about 2 hours, 3 hours or so. I cut my finger, like the little indentation at the very end. I don't know how to say it. And we got the turbo out finally. Fuck yeah. Yeah, very last bolt, I cut my hand. I'm like, damn. And he helped me. So let's get back to the house, install the turbo tomorrow. Go deadlifts. Oh yeah, because he's bigger than me, he's able to get a couple bolts out. Let's get this little baby turbo installed in the car. There's the oil hose, there's the bracket, the wastegate. Shouldn't be too hard because it's easier to put it on the car than removing it. This is what happens when you remove a turbo from a rusted car that has never been touched in years. The ratchet got stuck under the turbo and I could not pull it out. So I used too much force and pressure that my hand just slipped and it moved it. The ratchet out of place, and then I cut myself. Anyways, let's go install it. So I took off the bracket because I needed the clearance to install the oil hose at the bottom right here. Let's get that little view. Yeah. So this is the oil hose right here. I disconnected so I could connect these two hoses properly. And now I connected the intercooler air piping right here, and then I gotta connect the coolant, which is right here. Really hard to fit in there. After I got that, we can install the bracket. So much moving up and down, and then from there we could position the turbo. Okay, so we got the bracket installed at the top. Now we need to install this bracket either in this hole or this one. I won't know until I align it perfectly. And after that, we're going to install the oil hose and then the coolant hose and then the diverter. And then we got to re-add the gaskets for the turbo and the downpipe. While the turbo is still loose and the bottom part of the bracket's not installed, we're gonna bolt down the downpipe. And don't forget to add the gasket. So the downpipe and the gasket and the turbo is connected. They're bolted on. It's not all the way tightened because I don't have enough torque and pressure to torque it all the way down correctly. So once I get those bolts, I'll correctly torque those. So in the meantime, I connected the oil hose, the coolant hose. I'm going to connect the diverter pretty soon. As of now, I have the intake tubing clamped down with the hose clamp. And now I'm going to put this forge, I don't know what this is. It's like a wastegate or something. I'm not really familiar with what this is. But I'm going to put it right there. And then bolt these on. For the bolts, there's going to be 3 bolts and 3 washers. Do not forget the gasket. That's very important as well. And then now we can lift the turbo up with one hand, and then with the other hand we can start bolting these on. Alright, so all the hoses, wires, and bolts are all connected. The intake, the MAF sensor, the intake hose, the diverter, the hoses, the oil hose, the coolant hose, the 3 bolts from the manifold to the turbo, the downpipe, the 3 bolts, the 2 gaskets that go right here, the hose that goes to the intercooler, and the oil hose at the bottom. So that's all done, because I did take out the coolant hose out and then put it back in for the used turbo. I have to add coolant to the car, which I have right here. It's gonna be a 50-50 mix. It's gonna be water with coolant. I got this Advanced Auto Parts, so now let's add this and then start the car. Alright, I just added the coolant, the 50-50 mix, and to bleed the system, you're gonna press the hoses, the coolant hoses, let the air bubbles come out, and then start the car, so that way all the bubbles can rise out of the car. So let's start it, see if everything I did was all good. Woo! When cold start finishes, I'll come back. This smoke is just the excess of oil that I kind of spilled around the turbo, and the turbo needs to be lubricated with oil and coolant because it didn't have any. While it's burning off the excess oil that's in the turbo, it has installed at all. Ooh, and it boosts. Finally. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna go for a drive just to see how it runs. Car's idling fine, more or less, no issues. I'm gonna check the car for codes, see what comes up. Let's just rev it. Woo! So that's done. Everything looks normal from here. The burning oil stopped. The turbo is lubricated with coolant oil. Everything's now all installed. Let's go for a drive after we check those codes and clear them. I cleared the previous codes. Now let's look at the current codes. I don't care about the central whatever, airbag, steering wheel, electronics, bulbs, fog lights, AC, engine, it's the evap purge valve, the secondary air injection solenoid valve. That has something to do with the EGR valve that was deleted in this car. There you go. Car starts perfectly. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for more videos later on and enjoy a short clip of the car driving right now. Subscribe, like, share,